What's going on, everybody? My name is DurandalSword. Today I'll be guest commentating this awesome piece of gameplay for my friend Silent Death. And with that being said, let's get right into it. The map is Northwest Passage. The teams are Zappa Trump 99, Assassin Death X Silent Death X Kilocool 97 versus Altaria 3295, who just joined 42, Fantasy Phoenix and Noctis. These are, in my opinion, fairly even teams with two defending duos that are used to defending together, as well as attackers who, in my opinion, can work well together. Vito is defending on the right side of this map, which is the side where there is the most ground to cover, which means that it's probably the most interesting side to defend, but perhaps also the most challenging side to defend as well. And obviously the game doesn't start yet because the game is of course broken and Jellicool hasn't spawned yet, which is why Assassin at Death is apparently shortly staying back. I'm not sure why Vito is not watching on the left side, but luckily Jellicool spawns just in the right moment to kill Altair, who failed horribly, which means that Vito can get the other kill without wasting any ability. And so the game starts.
The opposing team's artifact. The opposing team's artifact is back at their base.
Yeah, so here I think that Altair was just maybe not expecting Vito to be here. Vito is the kind of defender who likes to switch things up a lot. He sometimes defends in the base, sometimes at the border. And I think it caught Altair off guard. Maybe he didn't even hear whispers, but whatever, the position that Vito held was an unusual position. Apparently Fantasy Phoenix is able to come freely through Vito's side and to steal without much difficulties. And then Altair decides to knife Vito for some reason that I do not understand. And in the meantime, I don't know who it is, but someone just scored, so it's all good for Vito's team. I'm assuming it's Assassin at Death. Yes, it is. But the rebound doesn't result in any successful affair. And so Vito goes back to defending, switches back to his shield web set, and he gets knifed in a pretty bad spot, so that means that Zoppo stays back because of this not really impactful knife, but still a knife that is bothersome, which means that the attack that Fantasy and Altair started is pretty much dead in its tracks, thanks to Vito's fail and Zoppo's return. GG. So Vito repositions himself. I'm not sure what he's doing at the moment. He's not gathering information, but decides to go back to the base. Perhaps he was doing some talking. Instead of focusing on how to play, Altair is in the middle. He knifes Vito, smartly enough shields, and then runs away. But he runs into Zoppo. So Zoppo decides, sorry, my bad, Silent Death decides to go for the rebound, while his teammates are chasing the thief, which is of course smart to do since he was knifed. And his teammates don't seem to get the rebound, or sorry, the thief, which was due to the fact that he ported beneath the iceberg. And here Vito gets a contract right in time after he baited Fantasy's smoke to be able to get the aerial, which was of course well played but risky. I wish there was an indication of like knowing when someone does not have a contract anymore. And this is Jellicool's voice apparently, but there isn't. So sadly, Fantasy Phoenix was forced to play, considering that Vito had a contract, which he hasn't, and so he didn't make the best out of his attack. So here Vito is getting aggressive because Altair is putting himself in a position where Vito can be aggressive, and then Fantasy decides to support Altair, but ultimately Altair decides to U-turn, so the attack doesn't lead anywhere. So I'm not sure why Vito didn't knife Altair or wipe him there. But apparently he didn't. And that was a horrible fail by Assassinate Death. GG, this should have been a clear score. They were 3-on-1. So here, props to 42 for saving the artifact, even though it was more Assassinate Death's fail than anything else. This should have been a score, but no. So back to standard 2v2 gameplay. Apparently Jello is sleeping again. So Vito is forced to compensate and use a knife. And I'm not sure why he shielded there, because they were in a 2v1, so the shield was not really necessary, but apparently he did. Sometimes defenders get carried away and use more abilities that they need to after they get one kill. And so here the wipe was, I guess, useful. Since it got 2 people, I'm not sure the dying here was that useful. They scored, so that's good. And if Zoppo and Jello are able to stay back, then it's all good. Yeah, I guess the dying was just not really necessary. And then Vito stays in the blank group after respawning. And it caught Altair off guard, and so Vito gets the kill. It's never a good idea to attack after the enemy scored if you just don't attack while they're about to score. If you attack just a bit after that, you're generally gonna get all killed because everyone is back. Here, Vito is about to get out positioned. Yeah, so right here he's completely out positioned, but since Altair seems to be sleeping, Fantasy is apparently in a 1v2 right now, and so he dies. Meaning that Altair needs to wait for him, which delays their attack, which works in Vito's team's favor. He repositions himself more towards the border to gain information, but then again he doesn't look towards where the enemies are expected to come, and I'm not sure why he does that, but perhaps he has his reasons. Here he decides to go aggressive, and he will probably get knifed. No, he doesn't, because he knows that he might get knifed, so he shields. And smartly enough, Fantasy doesn't knife him, but then he decides to go to an iceberg that you can get pulled back from. And so he dies. Escort situation right there. One person dead, 2 people dead. One more crossed. 3 and 4 people dead. So that was a very nice escort. This escort was also featured in one of Vito's previous highlight videos, if I'm not mistaken, and at this point in time Vito's team at 3-1 up, so they should be able to win the match with 2 minutes left, sorry, especially if you consider that it should be 4-1 right now because of Assassinate's fail. So right now obviously Vito's team is dominating. Well, not necessarily dominating, but they have the clear advantage. Vito decides to fall back to not get knifed. He doesn't jump from the iceberg to not be knifed in a position that can be bad. And then he jumps to scare the thief away, and here Fantasy Phoenix decides to go back for some reason that I don't understand. And starts porting, and here Altair should be able to score. If he had been quicker, perhaps he could have grabbed the artifact a bit earlier. But yeah, apparently he is porting under the iceberg again. Assassinate Death failed to U-turn properly, and so Altair is able to score. Yeah, the rebound looks to be dangerous. Yes, in fact, Fantasy has already taken the artifact, but I'm not sure why he decides to go towards the right. And here I'm not sure why he decides to go behind the boat, even though he clearly could have gotten towards the boat, and then he knifes someone who's running at him. So yeah, Fantasy could have played better right there, but yeah, what can you do? You can't always expect what your opponent is gonna do, and here Assassin that is obviously gonna stay back
Your
just
teammate
to
stole the
ensure the
opposing
victory.
team's artifact. 30
He gets
seconds
stunned.
remaining.
Jello is about to take care of one. They're rushing, so 42 is rushing. He gets knifed by Assassin of Death, he gets O-Smoke, the O-Smoke catches the other one, and so they're able to win the match pretty convincingly. So overall, yeah, what can we say from the match?
Civilian kill.
I guess,
Your team has
yeah,
won.
they made the best out of their defensive situations, and then the fact that the thieves scored or created a lot of opportunities helped them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and with that being said, I'm out. Bye.